What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday. We got a huge 14-game slate on tap for tonight, but the annoying part is that we do have some weather concerns in some of these games. Pretty much all the games on the East Coast are facing some potential delays or potential postponements, so we're going to have to keep track of that. I can try to update you guys to the best of my ability on my Twitter, @MoneyWebby, so you can follow me there if you're not following me for any updates on these plays or just kind of updates on how the games are kind of shaping out. So we got to keep track of that, but I'm going to kind of pretend like most of these games aren't like concerns right now. I'm going to be avoiding, I think the Philly-Baltimore game was honestly the worst looking based on the forecast, so I'm not going to be, or Oakland-Boston as well, so I'm not really looking at those games at the moment, but for every other game I'm going to be looking at for plays, so keep that in mind. But I got my money six here for tonight. Last night was a disaster. Like, everyone in a good spot just seemed like they couldn't hit their potential or just do anything. So that sucked. But that happens in DFS sometimes. Everything just doesn't work out, despite all the numbers kind of backing the people up. But the money six, 2 pitchers, 3 hitters, and a nice value bat. So go ahead and drop a like in this video if you're ready to bounce back, win some money here tonight. Let's try to get over 100 likes. We didn't quite hit that last time. We got around 90. Still pretty damn solid, but let's see if we can get over the 100 like threshold here tonight. Apologize for the plays yesterday, but hopefully these ones have a little bit more luck. So Noah Syndergaard, 10,800 first off, going against Toronto. We're looking at him. Toronto facing a park downgrade, going from the normal stadium in Toronto. Pretty hitter friendly. To New York, which is like neutral, not really good for either. Probably more pitcher friendly. So I like Syndergaard a lot in this spot here, and he's coming off extra rest for the start. His last start got rained out against the Phillies, so he has a few extra days. He actually had 8 days in between starts, so that can allow him for his pitching arsenal just to be a little bit more electric, maybe some more speed and just more, I don't know, ability just to kind of have that better stuff in the start. That normally can help pitchers out with that extra rest. And he's coming off a so-so start against Colorado, so maybe he's a little bit pissed off, or just the last 2 starts in general, honestly, against Atlanta and against Colorado. So he's due for a bounce-back game here. And against Toronto, you can definitely get it done. They do strike out a good amount, 25% of the time, striking out against right-handed pitchers. Vegas likes him in the spot. They're already projected 3.3 runs, and I like him with the extra rest. He can easily hit over 100 pitches and go deeper, around 7 innings in this game. So I think he's going to be good for around 25 to 30 drafting points, honestly. And I like the price at 10,800. He's a better pitcher than what he's been doing recently, so I think he's going to reach that upside again in the spot. So go ahead and lock him in there. And for my second guy, another guy that struggled in his last outing is Tanaka at 8,400. The thing with Tanaka this year is that he's been pitching pretty well, except his starts against Boston. It's kind of understandable. Boston has a very good lineup, and they have a lot of tough outs throughout their lineup. So he had 3.9 drafting points in his first start against Boston, and then only 4 in his last start. So he's been struggling against them, but for the most part against other lineups, he's been pitching pretty well. He got 31 against LA, 23 against Minnesota. Those are 2 pretty solid lineups. He got 29 against Toronto, 18 against Baltimore. So he's having some solid starts. And then also another thing is that he's been struggling at home in New York, which is a very hitter-friendly park, so it's understandable. But on the road, he's been pitching pretty solid, averaging 19 drafting points per game in his 4 starts, 3-0. So in this matchup in Washington, he gets that park upgrade here. And Washington is down 2 of their better hitters in Ryan Zimmerman and Adam Eaton. So it's not as strong as a lineup as Washington normally can put out there. So Tanaka gets that benefit. And he also came out after that Boston game, said he's pretty mad about his outing, and he vows to have a better start. He said he vows to have a better start in this game, so I'll take his word for it. Hopefully, get us around 20 drafting points in this game, and also gets the benefit of not facing a DH. He's going to be getting an easy out against the pitchers, so we're going to go ahead and lock in Tanaka there at 8,400. That leaves us with some sizable money left, 3,850. Remaining per hitter, so we can get some solid bats in here as well. So we're going to kick it off with Nelson Cruz at 4,200, a lefty masher. He's been letting me down this year. Like every time I've gone him against the lefties, hasn't been able to do much. But I think he's going to get it done here in this spot against Mike Minor, a guy that has allowed all of his home runs to the right-handed batters this year, and not really striking him out that much, only a 17% K rate against them. So Nelson Cruz, he has had some tough games where he's just been striking out and not able to get the ball on the bat. So against Minor, he has a better opportunity of just getting that good contact, that hard contact, leading to an extra base hit here. So Nelson Cruz has been kind of struggling to his normal standards against left-handed pitchers, but we know throughout his career he's very good against lefties. So this is a spot for him to get it going here and reach the upside again. So go ahead and lock him in there. For my second guy, we're going to stick with the Mariners. Another guy that's been hitting very well against lefties, Mitch Haniger at 4,000 here. This guy has been an absolute stud this year. Has a hot bat pretty much throughout the year. 285 average, 10 home runs, and 30 RBIs. So he has that good upside with all the good hitters ahead of him in the lineup with like D. Gordon, Segura, Nelson Cruz. Also, I think Robinson Cano might have just got hurt. I didn't even see if he was in the lineup, honestly, because there was a lefty-lefty matchup. Didn't really look for that, but Mitch Haniger, think he's in the 4 spot. So I like him a lot in this game. Like I said, he can reach the upside. If he just gets like a double, hits in some guys, just like one hit, and even a home run. He has shown that power against lefties this year. Is a 420 WOBA against lefties and also a 44% hard contact rate. So another big game here is coming from Mitch Haniger. So go ahead and lock him in there. I'm going to check real quick, honestly. I think Cano is out, right? Yeah, Cano is out. So he should be in that 4 spot behind Segura, D. Gordon, and Nelson Cruz. So has good RBI opportunities in that spot. And for my third and final guy of the core, David Peralta at 3,900, going against Milwaukee. This matchup against Shachin Yuli is a guy that does struggle a lot against lefty batters. So David Peralta is the polar opposite as well. He's extremely good against right-handed pitchers. So we got a great split matchup here for David Peralta, a guy that's been hitting very well against righties. He's a 270 ISO against right-handed pitchers, so great power. It's like, I think his ISO is honestly like below 100 against lefties. So against righties, the guy just like licks his chops every time he has that matchup. And I believe Chase Field is actually opening up the roof in this game, so that could help a little bit. It's like 90 degrees there, so maybe that helps with the humidor, kind of balances out a little bit. And Peralta's going to show off that power again in this matchup. He should be at the top of the lineup again here, so has the upside of getting 5 at-bats if Arizona going to hit a little better in this game. So go ahead and lock him in there. So that's the core. You got SYNDERGAARD, Tanaka, Nelson Cruz, Mitch Haniger, and David Peralta. You got your outfield all figured out, all filled out. Good upside across there. And for my value guy, I'm going to go with Justin Turner, honestly. Normally we won't see him at this price, but he is coming off from injury. This is actually his first start of the season. I like him a lot here in this spot just because he's going against that lefty, which he's extremely good against. If you just look at the splits last year, he actually had a 380 average against lefties and a 320 ISO against them. So he was extremely elite against lefties last year. And this isn't a bad matchup at all against Yin Chen or whatever, the pitcher for Miami. So Justin Turner, I'm guessing if they're bringing him back now, like he's been on the shelf for a while, he should be 100%. I mean, there can definitely be some rust there with this being his first start, but the Dodgers desperately need him to be ready and give him some production right off the get-go. Their lineup's been struggling a lot, especially without Turner and also Seager being done for the year. So they need Turner a lot here, and this is a matchup where Turner can definitely get it going in his first game. So I'm going to lock him in there at 3,700. Can backfire if that rust is there, but I'm expecting him to be 100%. And against the lefty, he's just so elite against lefties. We won't see him at that price normally at 3,700. So I'll take the value right now. So that is it for the plays. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. 100 plus likes, I would greatly appreciate that, so I can keep these videos coming to you every single day. And you can hit that subscribe button if you happen to be new here to get these videos every single time out, every DraftKings slate. And follow me on Twitter, like I said, at MoneyWebby, for any updates on these plays with all the weather concerns. Tanaka would be the biggest one out of these plays because there is a potential that the game actually gets delayed toward the end of the game. So Tanaka might already get his innings in before that. Who knows? I think that rain's coming at 9 p.m. and it's starting at 7. So who knows? But baseball doesn't really make any sense. I feel like they should start the game at 6. if the rain was coming at 9 and like bump it up an hour if they could do that. Who knows? But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good luck tonight. 14 game slate. Hopefully we bounce back here and the plays do what they're supposed to do in these nice matchups. So good luck, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.